You know what the most dangerous thing in a dungeon is? It's not the dragon, it's not the traps. It's the assumption that every creature you meet wants to murder you. Today, we're cracking open one of the most ignored rules in old school play, the reaction roll, and showing how it turns random encounters into actual encounters, not just speed bumps on the way to treasure. All right, let's strip this down to basics. In BX, when you meet a creature, any creature, you roll 2d6 to see how it reacts before anyone draws steel. It's not a social skill check. All right. It's not a persuasion DC. Nope. It's not the GM decides. I know some folks think that it should be. It's the game world telling you what this creature wants right now. And here's the moment most modern players forget. A monster isn't always an enemy. Sometimes it's cautious. Sometimes it's curious. Sometimes it's hungry, but not stupid. The reaction roll is the beating heart of that uncertainty. So, why 2d6? Why not d20? Why not a d12? Because the curve gives you personality. So I got the chart up on the screen. Oh, I gotta look this way. I gotta look away from it the way it is on my screen, but the chart right over here. Roll 2. The monster attacks or threatens immediately. 3 to 5, hostile, possible attack. Generally speaking, it's pissed, it's predisposed against you. 6 to 8, cautious, neutral, no one's swinging weapons yet. Uncertain. 9 to 11, it's interested. Maybe talking, maybe negotiating. Maybe it just wants to leave. Maybe it just wants the PCs to go away. Roll 12. Predisposed to be friendly. And yes, even a monster can be friendly under the right circumstances. And no, not the zombie. Probably not the Umber Hulk. But hey, maybe the goblins, maybe they need food. Maybe they're willing to negotiate, trade. My God, we're going to do actual role playing. So, in modern D&D, you handle social encounters like the following, right? Roll persuasion, or deception, or intimidation, and hope you beat the DM's secret number. And believe me, I actually encountered this running Swords and Wizardry Light for a group that thought they were going to be playing 5e at GaryCon a number of years ago. And you had to explain. No, if you want to intimidate, tell me what you're doing. If you think they're lying, tell me why you think they're lying. If you want to persuade them, how are you persuading them? It's about the ROLE and not the ROLL. So, in BX, there are new social skills. You are free. The dice are neutral. The reaction roll is just as binding and meaningful as an attack roll. It's impartial, it's fast, and it keeps the DM honest. It forces players to actually talk. not just dump a charisma stat on the table and call it a day. This is pure old school energy. So let's run a few mini scenarios. Random goblins in a tunnel, right? Reaction. They roll 6. Hostile, no. They're curious and cautious. Maybe they hold up a hand and ask in their broken common what you want in our tunnels. Maybe they're scared of something deeper in the dungeon. Maybe they want to trade. Suddenly, the fight becomes a lead into a faction conflict. Potential allies, maybe, dare I say. How about the classic troll on the bridge? But the reaction rolls are 10. Interested vibe. So he's not here to necessarily kill you. He's bored. Maybe he wants a story. Maybe he wants a riddle off. Maybe he hates the ogres on level 3 and wants to team up. There's opportunity here. You still might die, but the story is yours. It's not a set piece. Example 3. Dragging in its lair. Reaction roll 4. Hostile. Possible attack, but not an immediate attack. That means the party gets a chance to negotiate. May or may not work. Bow, back out, offer tribute, or flatter their way into affording a TPK. Nothing says OSR like living to tell the tale, because the dice gave you a sliver of hope. So here's the coolest part. Players can shift reactions, but not with skills, with their behavior. Torchlight, yay or nay, weapons sheathed, offering food, showing respect, speaking the creature's language, displaying a holy symbol that the creature hates. You award +1 or -1 depending on the relevant behavior. That's the original social modifier system. Player skill, player choices, player brains, not character sheets. If every encounter starts with roll initiative, you lose. We can count them out on our fingers, right? Diplomacy, negotiation, the possibility of retreat, bribery, rival alliances, weird and novel friendships, tavern stories, emergent plot lines. You also lose one of the biggest OSR truths, that the dungeon is a living place. It's not meant to be a combat treadmill. Reaction rolls make the world feel alive. They make monsters more than XP sacks. And they give the players more ways to survive without fudging rolls or dumbing down the game. So that's why reaction rolls matter. They don't just prevent unnecessary fights, they create the interesting ones. If you've used reaction rolls in your OSR game or any old school game, drop a story in the comments below. I love hearing how one little 2d6 roll turned a bloodbath into a bargain. And don't forget, last Friday's collab is all about random encounters, yay or nay. Today's episode is your reminder that random doesn't always mean combat. Until next time, be safe, be well, and God bless. And may your next 2d6 roll be a 12.